أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. My dear sisters, my dear mothers, my dear mothers-to-be. I just wanted to speak about something very briefly, but something that had, occurred to me some time ago. Every once in a while, I get a reminder that my children are growing up and that I need to be the parent to them. And this means teaching them the proper way to be in life, not just as human beings in our society, but as well as a religious, a pious, and a righteous, woman or man. They are growing up, and the time is so sweet and short. Sometimes we feel like the life is just so overwhelming and there's so much to do. But one thing I want to emphasize, and the most important thing I think we can do, is teach our children about our religion. They should have the basic and fundamental beliefs firmly set root, so that when they get into the world, especially when they hit high school, or even more so when they're in college and university, they are firm in their beliefs. They're not going to shake on these beliefs. These beliefs are what is going to help them become not only a good person in the society, but also a good person that worships Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is so important that we teach our children the basics of the religion. It is our duty as parents to teach them. Of course, not every parent has gone to Hausa or has an education in Islamic studies, and therefore it is good to put them in, a children's class, let them learn through people that are educated. It's also good that we educate ourselves. I highly emphasize when I talk to mothers-to-be or very young mothers to try to educate themselves, because soon enough they're going to need to educate their children. But if your children are older, then putting them in a school and letting them learn, letting them gain friendship. Because even if we can do it at home, even if we could teach our children at home, it is good that they have the environment and be able to make good, righteous friends. Because outwards, lots of us put our children in what we call secular schooling system. And therefore, sometimes the children get swept away into this system. It becomes a very hectic and busy life for most mothers-to-be, or most mothers that have ever had. They get kind of overwhelmed. There's school, there's after-school activities, there's, extracurricular activities during school, and there's just so much. And many of us will return back to work when our children are old enough to go to school. So it's very important that we educate our children, even placing them into a school so that they are able to be Islamically educated. Now, if you can't, and I understand because not everyone has the ability to take their children to these types of schools, there are many online places where you can have your children learning from the coziness and comfort of your own home. So there's really no excuse not to educate your children. And it's very important. Even if you want your children to go off to university, college, and become a doctor or a nurse, it is very important that they have these beliefs so that when they are working their jobs, they're doing it with piety. And when they're out in the society, they're doing it with righteousness. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.